Hello Palians! I cannot believe we are nearly at the end of January, but 2024 is still going to be a very exciting year for Palia as the developers continue to grow and develop on the beta version. But I have been thinking, dangerous I know, about what I would like to see added into the game or perhaps fixed this year, so that is exactly what we're going to do today. And feel free to leave your comments below because I am sure I have missed things and we all know you have great ideas too, so feel free and we can have a chat about it in the comments. But without further ado, let's get to this video. So before we delve into my thoughts and feelings about what's coming this year, I thought it would be nice to have a quick look at the January Dev Update blog. And one of the main things to come out of this blog is that we will be receiving one major update a month instead of the previous bi-weekly updates. They have specified that there may be more room for content drops in between, which is nice. It gives them more freedom as to when they release things as opposed to a fixed schedule. Now, when I first heard that they were looking to do such frequent updates way back in the summer of 2023, I was concerned, as I did think that they weren't going to be able to keep to that timetable and no one wants burnt out devs. So honestly, I can only see this change as a positive thing, and this shift away from such a fast pace of content drops means that they will hopefully be able to focus on things such as bug fixes within the game, which we know people have issue with. They have scheduled the next update to be towards the end of January or early February, and I will of course share with you all the details when we have them, but we have had a slight teaser and we will be seeing a revamped Magi Market, which is very exciting, a romanceable Sabura, and a focus on home exteriors with some new outdoor focused options. Does this mean that the previous glitched items, such as the path borders, will be available permanently? I really hope so. We also got further confirmation that Palia will be coming to Steam soon, but no release date yet. I really hope that they do release achievements with that. I think that that would be really nice. So that is very exciting, and some of the things mentioned I will be taking a deeper dive into in my wants for 2024, but if you want to check out the full dev update, I will remember to link it in the description below. So for the first thing, I am going big, and that is I would love to see a brand new map. I loved the feeling when you visited Kilima and Bahari for the first time and you were just in awe of the surroundings, exploration. It's just so much fun. The devs have previously said that the expansion of the world will be coming, and this year would be a great time to see a new map, or at least a new area to explore. But what would that look like? Well, in the game we obviously have seen references to Bahari City, so that would be an obvious choice. I would love to be able to access the city, but I think it needs to be on a smaller scale than Kilima and Bahari, because to make it feel like a true city, I don't think it should be surrounded by open areas to gather like Kilima is. That being said, I would also love another more open map like Bahari with new resources and obviously a smattering of characters as opposed to the concentrated area that we see in Kilima. So I may have just inadvertently asked for 2 maps and not just 1. That's a bit greedy, I know. Another thing that I think would strongly improve the gameplay is the introduction of a new skill. The one that has immediately popped in my head for a long time is the ability of potion making. The idea of having this in the game feels like a natural progression, and with characters such as Tamara, it would fit so nicely with her attributes. I mean, she has a cauldron in her house, it's perfect. There are obviously also so many forageables in the world, and having a puzzle similar to the cooking mechanics would be nice. Obviously, we would need a large cauldron furniture item too, which would definitely fit nicely in a witchy cottage. But what potions could be crafted in said cauldron? Obviously, the devs have kept the kind of aim of keeping the economy balanced, and we would need things that are not too overpowered. We don't want any nerfs. But perhaps something like a love potion that gives you a small buff when interacting with NPCs, or a potion to increase the likelihood of dropping the star stones, a chance to collect 2 forageable items instead of 1, and of course whisk potions. Now, whisk potions brings me on to my next point. I am overall happy with the movement options in the game, but I think with a few tweaks they could be even better, which is why I think whisk potions would be a great addition. Having the freedom to travel from wherever you are in the world to another location, like a portable travel board, would be great. But even if wish potions aren't a possibility, the ability to travel from your home plot to Bahari would be a great time-saving addition. I don't know how they would do this, but honestly, I need it to happen. And whilst we're on the topic of movement changes, I have seen people say that they would like mounts to be added into the game, but I don't know how I feel about this, honestly. I don't feel like the maps are quite big enough for the need of mounts, so I'm quite happy with the way things are and just generally running throughout the world. Gotta get those steps in. My biggest list of wants, unsurprisingly, relates to decorating. Firstly, the plot shape we have is a great amount of size, but over time, I would love to see different sizes and different shape plots and different backgrounds as well. I feel like this would just keep it fresh and also ability to kind of inspire people to want to decorate different plots instead of just having everything on one. With a new plot, I am also desperate for new roof colours. The blue is nice, but it's just not cutting it for me anymore, and it does conflict with a lot of the wallpapers, so I would just love to see a few different colour options for the roof tiles, maybe even a different style of roof. It would be cool to see like a thatched roof. That would be really, really cool. And speaking of colours, if you have an eagle eye, you will notice that when going into some of the characters' rooms on the maps, they have different colourways of furniture that aren't available to us. I am so desperate for more colour options, things like forest green, a darker moody purple. These would be so in keeping with a lot of the furniture we already have in game, and I would definitely be buying those customization kits more if these were an option. And of course, the giant elephant in the room is the outdoor decor. The January dev update does sound promising, and following the bug in the game where some players unlock the path borders and other exterior items, it does suggest that we may have some of these on the horizon. But the game has definitely lacked pathing, more fencing options, and of course placeable foliage. The lack of outdoor decor items has definitely on occasion put me off decorating, so having these additions would be a literal game changer for decorating, and I cannot wait to get my hands on them. Seeing things like bushes, flowers, different arrays of trees in different sizes would be a huge bonus, and I definitely would love to see how this would take place and how people would transform their plots using these items. Finally, also add fairy lights. We need them. Please, please, please add fairy lights. Okay, cringy beg over. Palia also needs to look at the community and the party system. The community system has clearly been created with good intent, but it does feel a little bit lackluster, and beyond the additional chat function, there is little else. So there is clear room for improvement here. And one thing I would love from communities would be the option for a community plot, whereby all members can decorate and create something beautiful for them to hang out in. This could be a hard task given the current system of multiplayer decorating requiring one person to place items, but alas, a girl can dream. I would also like to see more of an incentive to be a part of a community, as in the game like this, it is so much more fun to play with friends, so perhaps a way for people to advertise that they are looking for community members and increasing trading ability between community members would be advantageous. Whilst out in the world, I would also love for our fellow members, our community members, to show up on the map so you can keep track with your friends easily and you can team up to complete tasks if required. Talking of exploring and working together, party sizes. The current party size is way too small, and when you have a big group of people together, it's hard to keep track and people often get lost. So I would love to see an expansion of this as well. Another thing that I frequently see people wanting to expand on is farming plots. I personally think the amount of plots we have now are fine, and the devs have made it quite clear with their actions that they want to keep most of the money earning activities on kind of a level playing field. However, I would love to see the introduction of ranching and the ability to have our very own creature or animal, something like our very own Ormu maybe, on our plot, and then we could keep resources from it, look after it, pet it, all that sort of stuff. How cute would that be? And maybe we could have our own little barn to put this in. I would just love that. That would be so adorable. And with this, I feel like an expansion of pets. The Powcats were great. but having some form of pet store, perhaps the ability to earn another form of pet through quest system would be a great addition to the game. Who knows, maybe we could even get another NPC added into the game who's got their own little shop or stall. That would be so cool, and definitely something that I feel is needed now. We're getting to the point where everyone's kind of done all of their quests, so it would be nice to have that addition. And of course, that does bring me on to NPCs and questing. I have personally liked the addition of Sabura and the idea of time-limited characters to help keep the game fresh, so I'd love to see more of this in the future. And if we did get a new map, this would be the perfect chance to introduce even more characters, which in turn would bring a lot of new quests. It's pretty safe to say that we are going to see a continuance of the bundles and the temples grow, which I'm very excited for. Although the Magic Market has had some issues in the past with the Chapper Chase, I did love the event, and I'm very excited to see this return in what I can only guess is a new and improved format, which is very exciting. This year, it would also be nice to see another time-limited event or festival, and in particular, a community-focused event would be nice too, something that could encourage activity throughout the world. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking it would be cool to have some form of egg hunt around the map. That would be awesome. Maybe something that divides people into teams. That would be cool as well, so you could kind of work together to help your team progress. I don't know if that's adding another layer of competition that people don't want to see, but I just think it's a nice way to kind of incentivize game playing and taking part and working together, which I think the game should definitely be about. So there we have it. There is kind of a whistle-stop tour of everything I would like to see this year. I'm sure that there is more, and you have even better ideas than I do. So as I said, drop them in the comments. I would love to have a chat about it and see what you're thinking, what direction you want the game to go. Have a great rest of your day, and I shall see you again soon. Bye-bye.